Hello beautiful friends of YouTube. Today I have actually a really exciting video. I impulse bought a car. So we have the 5-cylinder 07K swap BMW E30, and then we have my 5-cylinder swapped Mark II GTI. But now we have a third car on the channel. Whoops. I'm gonna be honest though, it was one of those things where you just couldn't pass up. I'll tell you guys the story after I show you the car, but let's go look at the car. Ta-da! We bought another E30. Do I need this car? No. What am I gonna do with this car? No idea. But this car has something really cool hiding underneath. Big reveal, da 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 da, boom. If you know, you know, baby. So if you know E30s, you know that that is not the original engine. So this bad boy has an M50 swap. I don't know if it runs. I don't know if the swap is complete. I don't know anything about this car, but I do know that it has a cardinal red leather sport seats. ITBs, I don't know what was going on there. Bunch of freaking parts in the trunk. And then we also have an ECU that is not covered with something. I don't know why. Hopefully the road noise isn't too loud, but why did I buy this car? I have no idea. I was at work and my buddy who helped me pick up my other E30 texted me and said, hey, this really looks like that silver car that we just picked up. Sent me a picture of the car and they were not really that great of pictures. He could do a little bit better job at being a cameraman. But as I was zooming into the pictures, I was like, huh, that doesn't look like a stock BMW E30 engine, which was like the M20 or whatever, the inline six that came in these. So I zoomed in and I was like, that's an M50. And with that, he said $500 right now. So I called the lady who was selling it and I was like, I'm coming to get that car on Friday. I'll see you there. So basically, from what I understand, it was a house foreclosure, something like that, and the house was going up for auction. There was a big hoopla that I'm not gonna share on the internet, but essentially she ended up with ownership of the car and she just wanted it gone. She didn't know what it was and she just wanted it out of there and out of her hair. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. I'll take it off your hands, no problem. It's a piece of crap. This thing's not worth anything. Not worth $1. I'll take it for 500 bucks. And now we have two E30s. So what's the plan? Well, I'm gonna rip out all the parts that are currently in it, so all the extra parts in the trunk. Oh, I haven't even shown you guys that yet. The trunk is full of stuff. I don't know what's all in here. I know that this is a spoiler and that's a grille and those are windows. But what's in there, I have no idea. So we're gonna pull out all the excess parts that are in here and kind of see what we're working with wiring wise and see if this thing will run. Because if I can get it running for cheap, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm just gonna drive the hell out of it and maybe daily it. The body on the silver car is much nicer. But if you remember, the silver car has a roll cage already in it, so it's not like I can swap interiors. So I might just keep that black E30 the way it is. So we're gonna start by pulling out parts from the trunk. And the one thing that I will show you guys is that this is a Zender spoiler. Not sure if you guys can see on camera, but the Zender spoiler, I don't know if it's worth anything, but it's cool that it has it. Some panel bond, some sort of coolant. No, this looks like a gas tank fill. Okay, so this is a rear right quarter window. Okay, cool. So it's got the two grille parts, another rear quarter glass. Interesting. The quarters on this thing aren't broken or anything, so wonder why he got new glass. What the hell is this? Is this like a bra for the front end? I think that's a front end bra, you know? Some sort of HVAC panel, front bumper stuff. Interesting. Flex exhaust, yeah, my favorite. Oh, it smells so stank in here. We'll open this later. Kidney beans. Mask. I don't know what that is. I also don't know what that is. That looks like a lip. Tail lights? Yeah, the insides of the tail lights. Oh, dude. These are brand freaking new. Those are brand new headlights. Those are brand spanking new. No way. We'll keep those in there. Well, the trunk is mostly cleared out. Let's work on the interior. Well, you guys already saw this, but it looks like homie was going for some sort of ITB setup, which could be something that we entertain in the future. So we got a box of parts. We'll go through that box in a little bit. Ah, okay. So it's missing the center console cover for like the handbrake, but it's there, it's just taken off. This is so cool, dude. It also came with this freaking muffler exhaust system. It doesn't have any branding on it, but I don't know, pretty freaking cool. Got some nice fat tips on her. So as we hop into the car and inspect it more closely, looks like this chassis has 107,000 miles on it, which is honestly really low. So that's really cool. But check it out, dude. The friggin' dash is uncracked. No way. We also got this Grip Royal steering wheel. Kind of cool. Wood grain. I feel like I'm driving a boat, baby. Seems like the transmission is actually properly hooked up because everything's pretty notchy. It feels really notchy. I don't know what's in it though. If it's a Getrag or if it's a ZF or what he did. I really don't know what to do with this car. It's in really nice shape. At least the interior is. Worst comes to worst, I could just part this thing out and then sell the chassis as like a bare roller and then keep the M50 for myself. But I really want these cardinal red leather seats. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not a Beamer guy, I'm a Volkswagen guy, but if I'm not mistaken, these red cardinal sport seats, I think they're worth quite a bit. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I mean, like, there's no obvious tears in any of the seats. That one's a little bit rougher than the driver's side. But the rears look clean. There's no rips or anything. The door cards are clean, no rips or anything. It looks like bro is trying to put some sort of like over fenders or something because each side is kind of like they're kind of rolled a little bit and they're covered in freaking panel bond. So what I'm guessing is he did like cut the fender and then fold over and then weld them to the, frame or to the body. And she's pretty crusty. I'm not gonna lie, she's pretty rusty. Like same thing with this side. You can even see it says mass pull. Don't know what that means. But these fenders are pretty screwed. Or I should say rear quarters, they're not fenders. But the frame, the chassis, not that great. There's a hole right there. But honestly, I say we just throw a side skirt on her and just send it. Act like that's not there. There is newer suspension. Those are like new Raceland springs. So, and the calipers and rotors seem to be relatively fresh. These are my wheels. They didn't come with wheels. But now let's start to look at what kind of mess we have in the engine bay. The worst thing that you can do is buy somebody else's project car because you don't know what they were thinking. You don't know what they were doing. So only the Lord knows what was going on in the engine bay. I really don't know. Oh, I'll pop this hood off. It looks like we have a wiring mess. Oh boy. Just what I wanted to deal with is somebody else's wiring. It's just stupidity. I don't know. I also have never really, I don't know anything about M50 swaps into E30s. Did a little bit of research and I watched a YouTube video where you pretty much just have to like modify the M50 side of the harness to kind of go into the E30 side of the harness. Was that done correctly? I don't know. But he did do the smaller brake booster to be able to clear this intake manifold. We have a MAF sensor, it is hooked up. It's also got a Mishimoto fan on it, so I don't think this is a Mishimoto rad because it wouldn't have plastic on the ends, it would be all aluminum. Looks like we got a freaking mumbo jumbo of mess here. Got a pretty fancy header on it though. Look at that thing. That's pretty sick. It's discolored, so this thing was running at some point, unless it was like a used header. I don't know anything about Beamers, so this will be interesting. Kind of want to see just to throw a battery in it and see if the dash does anything or if anything lights up. Because there's these bulkheads that are just going to nothing and oh God, that looks like a nightmare. Oh dear Lord, help us all. Oh God. Was this a bad idea? I don't know, for 500 bucks, it was a good idea. This was a good investment. This is good for business, this is good for the economy. This had to happen. Yesterday I hooked up the battery in the back and that did nothing, so not sure. The car didn't come alive or anything. Ooh, we got some rust in there. Yikes, big old yikes. We're just gonna ignore it for now. It's fine, everything's fine. We definitely got some wiring stuff to kind of declutter and try to figure out. So that's gonna be fun. What do you guys think? This is pretty freaking sick, huh? Check this puppy sucker out. She's even got a little freaking intake thingy in the freaking headlights, dude. Not really loving this though. Not really loving this picture. I wish we could have done that not like a crackhead. I don't know, maybe use some freaking Testa tape or something at the very least. I'm not good at wiring, so this makes my life a lot harder. Like if we look in here, what are we doing? What's going on in here? What are any of these for? The tack moves just a little bit. Just a little bit. So there's something happening. I feel like there's something supposed to be there and there's nothing on the end of that lock cylinder. I've never seen an E30 fully put together, so I don't know what's supposed to be there and I don't know what's missing. It's like a giant puzzle for me. So this one's gonna be a challenge, but let's try to figure it out, shall we? All right, let's see what we got going inside this box. We got a friggin' repair manual. We're gonna need that. We have an ECU and it says Mark D chip. Don't know what that means. We got another ECU. Why do we have so many ECUs? That's not a good sign. And we have the case of another ECU. Why do we have 3 ECUs? That's not a good sign. Not good. Not good. Not good that we have 3 ECUs. That tells me that something wasn't working. So he just kept buying ECUs to figure out if it was the ECU or not. Or maybe not. Maybe he just had these on hand. Who knows? Also feels like not a good sign that the cover is off of this ECU. Tells me that something wasn't working the way that it was supposed to. And he also still has the E30 bulkhead. I'm assuming that's the E30. one? I don't know. Okay, here's the plan of action. What I'm going to do is I'm going to call some friends. I'm going to do some Googling. And we're going to try to figure this out. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, so we're tuning back in. I've been out here dicking with this thing for a few hours, just trying to do research and figure out what in the world is going on, why things are where they are, and just trying to figure everything out. So normally on E30s, you have like this kind of style of plug, but it's called something else, called like a something 101. These are an E36, E34 style plug. Well, it looks like what Homeboy did was took out the E30 style plug, took all the pins out, and then just pinned them into here. Some companies make like adapters, like Garagistic just has like a E30 to E34, E36 adapter for these like bulkhead looking things. But my homeboy said, screw that, I'm just gonna pull all the pins and then just put them in here. Why? I don't know. This is all chassis related stuff, so like headlights, turn signals, all that kind of crap. We did figure out, we did get power. This is just broken. This goes on the end of the ignition cylinder, whatever you want to call it, lock cylinder. That goes like that, and we did in fact have power. The check came on here, and then something else came on here. So it has power. I just still can't figure out if the ECU is getting power or not. I'm gonna have to go buy like a multimeter or something and try to figure it out. Oh, and the turn signals did work. The turn signals and the headlights, like the lights on the dash, did come on. So it has power, just is the ECU getting powered up, you know? We threw on the other ECU, but there's also like another connector. I don't know what that's for, because every YouTube video that I've watched, there's only one connector. And that one is smaller than the main ECU connector. So not really sure. I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. Pretty neat. Even if we did get power, I don't think this thing is going to run, because I did open the gas cap and there does not appear to be a gas filler going into the gas tank. That puppy is gone. But if we look under here, she's pretty freaking minty. Looks like the guy took out the rear, like, you know, whatever you want to call it. Diff looks all right. That looks like a new gas tank, baby. That's a brand new gas tank, puppy. So you might be wondering to yourself, what exactly are the plans with this hunk of junk? I honestly have no clue. The goal is to try to just get it up running and daily it during the summer, because why the hell not? It's got a lot of nice parts on it. These headlights are like brand new, brand spanking new. Got a header over there, pretty cool, but let me show you something else. Got a freaking turbo manifold too, dude. Like, what are we doing? Why are we doing these things? So if you know, if we get like a crazy hair up our behind, we can just slap on a Terpski right there and we can go have some freaking party time, baby. I don't know if we'll do that, probably not. I honestly just want to drive it. M50s make like, what, 180, 200 crank horsepower, so in an E30, that's probably pretty fun. And honestly, I could probably just swing this thing and kind of learn how to drift slowly but surely while I work on the other E30, the 07K Swapped E30. All joking aside, the cardinal red leather interior is worth more than what I paid for it. So worst comes to worst, if I have to, I will just part this car out, keep the M50 and the transmission that's with it for myself, sell the red leather, or keep it, I don't know. I'm not going to put it in the other E30 because that E30 is already caged. I'm not going to run an interior in that car because roll cage, drift car, all that stuff. We're just going to go full race car with that thing. I hope you guys are stoked. This is not a bad decision. Everybody say it with me. This was a good idea. Cool. So if any of you have done like an M50 swap or anything into an E30, please chime in down below or send me a DM on Instagram, because wiring-wise, no idea what's going on. Everything else looks like it's connected and ready to go. The radiator is good to go. All the wires are connected to the engine. Throttle cable is ready to go. It's all hooked up. We have a MAF somewhere in this junk. I do have a question. This goes back like into the battery tray in the rear, and then it comes up to this bulkhead here. I think this one goes just right here. That's what my intuition tells me, but I accidentally touched this to here on accident, and it sparked when the battery was connected. Almost pooped my pants, so let's not do that again, but I do believe that goes there. Please advise. Anyway, hope you guys are excited for my new E30. What am I going to do with this car? No idea, but it was good. It's good for business. It's good for the economy. It's good for my economy, not my mental health, though. Actually, no, this is really good for my mental health. I was having a bad week before this, and then my buddy texted me, and then now my week is fantastic. We're going to do a couple videos. We're going to do a video of cleaning the interior, trying to get this cardinal red leather interior looking freaking minty again, and trying to get that stupid thing to run. I have a lot of research to do. I got a lot of learning to do because I don't know what I'm looking at. So yeah, I hope you guys are stoked. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more 07K swapped E30 stuff, that one, Volkswagen swapped, or if you want to see 07K swap Mark II stuff, or now if you want to see M50 swap BMW stuff, subscribe. Just think about it, all right? I'll catch you guys later. Have a good night. Love you.